Simmons, there was an outside edge that was put down and then an inside edge that shaved the off stump and ran away for 4. Things could have been a little bit different, but
here's an opportunity. Who wants it?
here's an opportunity. Who wants it?
He has offered more.
Take it.
Given them their first.
He has offered more. He's given them their first.
Just as we were discussing it.
Just as we were discussing it, he stood up for the Lions.
He's trying to come across the ball.
Trick for a seat here is he's trying to come across the ball. Comes to the slot sweep into the larger side, and it just comes straight off the top edge. Maybe just a hint to turn. And the long way up to back. Yadav makes the catch look awfully easy. As he shake, sparkled briefly, but he has to go for 16. It's 48 for 1. Tournament in the Hiru Malanta. He's actually been holding on to the gloves as well ahead of the 2 national team cheers on the side of his massive shake in Nepal. I think he's doing every second here in Nepal from what we can gather. A man from Sri Lanka, and then plays his trade in the United States of America. Many American fans will be wondering why can't you get here to the national team? He's a stylish player, a striker. Start to the tournaments. I've been so far. They've played quite a lot of minor league cricket, which to know each other well. He's hiding it away. The key here is the short side, isn't it, for the left-hander? Let's have a look at the wicket. You heard the captains of the toss say that the early morning surface here just holds a little bit while there's some moisture in it. Now there's some bounce. Yeah, you can just see that Sheikh has not really got on top of that, the bounce and turn. Good catch, well judged, Vivek Yadav. Couple of days for him. Big hit. Well, maybe one of the biggest we can remember. Got miles, because that's the larger side, and put down in the crowd. 50's up inside the power play. Anil Shah in great nick. It's 55 for 1.
Pamamigking buko ng motor niya. Parang hindi ko buko. Ako yung pagkakas ka. Pintas ka. Saan matis ka? Pwede yan.
It's the end of the power play. 5 fielders now allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Some relief for Kumar Patel, the captain of the Lions, is Durganath Subedi with the umpire cam on his wide brim hat. Signals that end of the power play. Interesting call, this Vivek Yadav, who has been very, very expensive. In fact, he's the very top of the economy rate charts thus far, going at 14 runs per over. He's batted brilliantly. Actually, the chat with Monty Desai last night about this young man. Now he's a bits and pieces bowler, but I see him as such a good ball striker. I'd love to see him in the national T20 team as a batter and a batter alone. The reason why, HD, the national team has so many bowling options. They almost have too many. Kushal Malik can bowl left arm split. Kushal Patel is a magnificent strike.
He's in the T20 side. Maybe he can show Although he starts with a wide here, that he is a good bowling option too. This was absolutely clattered. Brave, just lost a wicket and then taking on the long side. But when you're in form and you're confident, why not? Talk about all those bowlers. If I'm not mistaken, is it the Avengers who always end up bowling 7, 8?
Powell just last month set an equaling world record, would you believe? In the best part of 5,000 one-day internationals now in the history of the game, they joined an exclusive list of teams that have bowled 9 bowlers in an ODI. Quite remarkable. I think it was only done 8 times. That was the 8th time in history. It's a great thing to have flexibility and have options and have bowlers who can bat. I think the only one who didn't bowl was Anil Shah. Now, ironically, he had bowled in a couple of warm-up games. Bowls little off breaks too. Chance. I think he's going to be home. Fielders aren't overly interested, and the umpire isn't going to send it up either. So Anil Shah must have safely got there.
We always just hold our breath when there's a direct hit. But he is safely home. Yeah, I must admit, I've always been a believer when selecting a team is I don't believe bits and I don't mean disrespect in any way to a player for this, but I don't believe bits and pieces players win you the game. In other words, someone who can bowl a little bit and someone who can bat a little bit. I think you've got to have a specialist skill. In other words, I make this team as a batter and maybe I can bowl a little bit, which helps you. Or I make this team as a bowler, and the fact that I can bat a little bit is a bonus. But to have someone that just bowls a little bit, bats a little bit, I don't think they win you matches. The other thing about having so many bowling options is that the responsibility factor. Someone else will do it rather than I will do it.
Yeah, fully agree with the point, but I'd also counter it in terms of, I think if you go in with 5 out-and-out bowlers and don't have that flexibility for 6, particularly a 6, forget about a 7th option, but particularly a 6th option. We saw that cost the Lions earlier in that chase of 190. We were all calling out for Rohit Powell to bowl an over or 2 so that he didn't have to go to Vivek Yadav for that 4th and final. I think you need to have, in the modern game, it's rare that one of the 5 bowlers doesn't kind of get taken apart or get taken a liking to or have an off day. You need to have that 6th option if you can. Ideally, a 7th is a luxury. Top edge, now straight up, but I think it's going to land safely. Anil Shah has had a few little moments of fortune and kind of just sums up the Lions tournament. They can't get those little things to go their way.
Yeah, these things happen when you're struggling as a unit. It just doesn't go to hand. I'm by no means suggesting that you only pick 5 bowlers. But if you look at the great all-rounders, you think of the likes of the Ben Stokes, the Jacques Kallis of the world, the Richard Hadleys, the Sobers, I mean, the Bothams. One of their skills, they the best of that. The 7th, 60 for 1.
Solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hot slate Kuzeku-san, your way of quality living.
यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
ब्याङ्किङ सेक्टरमा पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्कले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ ब्याङ्क सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई Can't wait, won't wait. Sophie's Dark Fantasy.
That's the leading run scorers chart there. See Janakpur bolts right up at the top of it.
It is Rowan Powell. It is the sixth bowler now into the attack. I thought he was the pick of the bowlers yesterday. I think it was 4 overs, 1 for 22. And with the left-hander at the crease, definitely a good option. The only problem is, it's the shorter side. It's a 57-metre leg side boundary. That's going to make it tricky, isn't it, for Powell bowling to the left-hander?
Yeah, but I do think that's why he's brought himself on. I think he's hooked Zafar because he's worried about the left arm spinner bowling to Malanta to that short boundary.
A handy option with the ball always gives it a tweak, gives it some turn. And then I suppose when he's bowling to the right-hander, he's got all that protection of the larger side.
I just hope, as you mentioned, Zafar is the wicket taker, and he is one of the most experienced players within the side. I hope they don't go to that old match-up story and don't bowl him at all.
Now, you mentioned HD in the pre-game show that this man's been in pretty good touch. This was his 62, coming off 42 against Karnali. He's got a wonderful personal story. He really does. The sacrifice his family has made to allow him to chase his dreams through his mid-20s, to get back into the international reckoning is quite something. As that one angles down, and that was 62 unbeaten earlier in the tournament, and he started well here. It's 66 for 1.
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#. Vivo. I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure. They've been really good. They've played 3, they've won 3. The Lions have been the polar opposite. Played 3, lost 3. That'll be a wide. That's 1.
Round the wicket, trying to angle that in and then just sort of shaped away. It's a big wide. If that is what he's going to try and do, it's rather dangerous with the short third inside the 30-yard circle and the backward point.
Same again. Otherwise, just in terms of assessing where we're at right now in this competition, HD, you would have to think that the Lions must win today. If they lose, are they gone? Maybe not mathematically.
Just such a big ask to say to your side, well, you've got 3 left and you've got to win all 3 and you've got to win them well.
We've also seen some interesting news overnight as they'll get back for the second, I think even a direct hit would have got him home, but we saw the Sudar Pashim Royals announce bolster to their squad. You see this often now, don't you, in franchise cricket? Replacement players come in. Mohan Mustafa, we believe, has gone home for some personal reasons, and in comes Dilpreet Bajwa, the Canadian. He either opens the batting or bats at 3, can do both roles, and he made a century in the GT20. I know you were out covering that there this year, and that was the only century of the tournament in some pretty tricky conditions in Brampton. So they've bolstered their stocks, and I hear of a player or 2 more coming into the mix. Is this where the franchises start to go, hold on, we've got to find a way to get into the playoffs?
Normally those are the teams that make the changes, so the ones that are struggling, but the Royals are right near the top. But yesterday they went in with just the 3 overseas players, so it's not a foregone conclusion that Dilpreet will arrive here and walk straight into the starting 11.
Absolutely isn't. I think he's got in, and he should be available for today, as a misfield is going to cost 4. Not too sure about this tactic here from Bibek. It's been exploited by Malanta.
With this sort of field, you expect your bowler to bowl around the wicket and attack the stumps to try and prevent the left-hander, or to not provide the left-hander with any room. But he's sort of shaping it away from the left-hander, and with the field of the backward point and the short third, there's too many areas here where boundaries can be found for Malanta.
People, it's Tom Moore, who's highly experienced, who's provided the misfield costs at least 3, if not 4 runs. Other surprise for me, you come back to this discussion about matchups. No Surya Tamang yet. Now, in fact, Surya Tamang's been left out. Apologies. I thought he's bowled really well. That for me isn't necessarily the right call. He's had at least 2, if not 3, catches dropped off his bowling. I think if you look at his raw numbers, maybe not the strongest. Another misfield. Well, the wheels are coming off a touch here, and even Rohit Powell, who's a little bit like MS Dhoni, he's usually captain cool, starting to get frustrated with his team.
It's the one thing that has stood out for me in the field since arriving here is the number of fumbles, and more often than not when someone goes at it with one hand. There they do go with 2, but I think they get in each other's way. But quite often, this is good running. This is lovely running. Good cricket. Very aware that that is the long side of the ground. And so just a little nudge away on the leg side, and they set off.
And up at this altitude, Malanta breathing some heavy breaths. About 1,450 metres up we are here, above sea level, even in the base of the Kathmandu Valley. But it's perfectly weighted, you're spot on. And look at the anger with which, I think it's Durgesh Gupta throws this, because he's just been given a bit of a talking to by his captain for not allowing him to do the fielding. There's definitely been some continued miscommunication among some of the teams. I'm going to think of 2 more here, but Malanta is happy just to keep the strike. It's not the greatest over. 14 have come from it. Bolt's in full control. 80 for 1.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
Again, it won't be mathematically certain of a top 4 finish, but all but guaranteed a playoff spot if they win today. They'll have played 4, they'll have won 4. They'll be the first team to get to 8 points. Particularly with a good net run rate. It's Powell, just a wonderful piece of fielding off his own bowling. They're not going to run the second. That's good spirit of cricket from the Hiru Malanta, because it's deflected off his bat.
Amazing that players choose not to run in that occasion, but if that ball goes to the boundary, it's 5. You would wonder if that's something that needs to be looked at. It cost someone a World Cup.
I was just about to say, we don't have any Kiwi voices up here in the commentary box, but if my old pal Scott Starris was here, he would remind you that it didn't cost them the World Cup. They didn't lose the World Cup, they tied it. I always ask him, well, why didn't they lift the trophy at the end of it then? That was truly maybe the most remarkable day of cricket.
hard to believe that at the same time that remarkable game was going on, that arguably one of the great Wimbledon tennis finals of all time between Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal was going on, I was a gibbering mess with my remote control.
It was a remarkable day. I'm sure people won't care too much. I was actually commentating that day on Ireland versus Zimbabwe up in Breedy in the northwest of Ireland. Whilst doing the post-match presentation, the Super Over was going on. Nobody was watching that and everyone was roaring about who was winning the World Cup final. This is helped around the corner. Won't quite get to the rope. Good diving stop. Always going to be two there, so that's all he had to do. Gets a high five from his teammate.
So you didn't think that you were delivering one of the great post-match presentations of all time?
I can absolutely assure you that I wasn't. Remember, Gary Wilson, who can be surly at the best of times, he was captain at that point. And he was just like, will you get on with it, Lenny? Yeah, good diving stop there in the deep. That was Abhishek Gautam. Bowled his first over in the tournament there, went for 13, and there was 4 buys in that over too. So another good partnership. Bolts really look to have every base covered.
With Nisha to come, they are extremely well placed. Halfway mark has been reached, and the Bolts, they keep moving along here. They're 87 for 1, and the players are going to have a drink.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#. Vivo.
Bond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Into freshness that bonds. Insta for a complete home. Vivo. Neoco solar water heaters. Water purifiers. Chimneys. The gas hobs your way of quality living. Insta for a complete home.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
The last one's got some moves there. Got some Janakpur fans in the house as well. Love the hot pink that they've got. And she's having a fantastic time. 87 for 1 at the halfway stage. Lumbini Lions, well, it seems like the struggle continues with the ball. 6 bowlers used so far, and just the 1 wicket. It's Saad bin Zafar to have picked up the wicket of Asif up at the top. And the skipper's leading from the top. 44 off 34 for him. 1-4, 4 sixes. And Dahiru Milantha, no surprise that he's out there. 17 off 16. They have a really good batting side. They've got a really good bowling side. There's a reason why the Janakpur Bolts are sitting at the top of the table.
They look a well-oiled machine. Play everyone's role to perfection. Milantha, quite experienced cricketer. Looks so relaxed at the crease. And Anil Kumar Shah has looked apart. Good opening stand with Asif. 48 runs they put on. Then Milad has come and controlled the middle. But familiar problems for the Lions. Still unable to get a wicket. Abhishek Gautam, good left arm spinner. His figures doesn't suggest that how well he bowled. Look at the amount of spin that he's extracting. We saw that in the first over he bowled as well. He's got the ability to turn the ball. He's got the arm ball as well. Yeah, but good little bowler, this Abhishek Gautam. Just feel we might be in for something special from this young kid in terms of wickets.
None for 14 so far. Anil Kumar Shah, the skipper, on 44, staring down a half century. Tries the sweep. That's a beautiful looking Happy Dent smile. Sparkling smile, fan of the match today. Thanks to our partners, Happy Dent, swept across the line. And they'll pick up a single.
He looked genuinely happy there. Nice to see smiling faces.
I think everyone who's come out here has looked genuinely happy, even when their team is not necessarily doing the best.
Without doubt. The atmosphere has been such. The Festival of the Himalayas. They call it, and they call that for a reason. Just brings people together. Oh, terrifically bowling. Terrific piece of bowling again. Yeah, he's been one of those left-arm spinners who's extracted consistent amount of turn on the surface. Look at that good overspin. Milanta completely foxed. Look at that. It's pitched well outside off, and it's almost hitting middle and leg.
Brings out the switch hit. Again, just too good. He's been targeting the right areas, Abhishek. Bringing in that economy rate as well after an expensive first over.
Bowling beautifully. He's got a nice action and lovely arc. And he spins the ball up and over in a traditional manner.
Dragged down a little, but he gets away with it. It's going to be a dot. It's the end of the 11th, 90 for 1.
Tapaiku, Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Needlesum.
DHI happier home. Today sahi. They can. The snow leopards are a beautiful animal, hard to find here in the mountains, elusive. They camouflage beautifully into their surrounding. Some more happy smiles. Quite incredible because it's a chilly morning. It might not look it on your screens, but it is very chilly morning today and people are braving the cold. Completely unbothered, just happy to be here.
Yeah, if anyone wants to know what a chilly morning looks like, just pan into Monali and you'll see her layered in with about 10 layers. And all the time she only talks about is how chill it's been here in Kathmandu.
This should run away for 4. Fantastic looking shot from Milanta. And finally we get another boundary. 38 runs coming off the last 30 balls.
The Milantas look so much in control. He's such a calming influence for the team, batting at a very pivotal position, number 3. Look at how he's bisected that gap. Point and shot third man. There's not a big gap, but he's bisected that to perfection. Got a very calm head on his shoulders. That's well bowled again from Jora. Playing for some spin. A bit of panic. But it's all well that ends well.
That could have been a little bit of trouble there in the middle. Both batters, yes, no, eventually. As you said, all's well that ends well.
It was a bit full to be playing back, according to me. Lantha, talking about calmness, but also slightly lazy on that occasion with his footwork.
Oh, this has popped up. It's gone straight up in the air. And this is going to be the second wicket. The Lions finally starting to get some more wickets. And it's a big one. It's the skipper, Anil Kumar Saha, just 5 runs away from his half-century. He's played so well thus far. It's the end of his innings, though.
Where has Sandeep Jora been so far? He's hardly bowled in the tournament. He looks apart. Good pace of bowling round the wicket across the right-hander. Playing across the line, Anil Kumar Saha. The leading edge, comfortably taken at extra cover. The left-arm spin Abhishek Gautam and Sandeep Jora definitely look wicket-taking options through the middle. Anil Kumar Saha gone for 45 and it's 95 for 2, the bowl.
Picturesque as ever here in Kathmandu. We've got the hills, we've got the rivers, and it's Harsh Thakur. He's had a decent Nepal Premier League so far. Poor batter. Turn again.
Another one of Mulali's boys who she cheers for, Canadian, Harsh Thakur. Good player, good cricketer. Look at that for spin. Oh, it's a bit of a swipe. Just a single.
Yeah, he is a Canadian, off the mark as well with that single. Plays a pivotal role in the Canadian side. As we take a look at this wicket, it's a bottom edge, a little too early through that, and a really good catch in the end. Didn't need to move much.
Piece of bowling. It had a bit of flight, it had a bit of drift. The ball just went with the arm rather than spinning back, creating some doubts here. Jora, and it's a good passage of play for the Lions. Jora and left-arm spinner bowling in partnership. 12 overs gone, 97 for
2. Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो तिरबाट आएको रकम वेलकम टु आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs, your way of quality living.
Thanks to our drone, we're able to get these incredible images of the scenery here. Coming to you live from the UT Cricket Stadium, where the ground staff have done a phenomenal job with the square and with the outfield. And all the organizers making sure everything around this venue is lined up and ready for the entertainment. We're going to go down to Andrew Leonard, who's got the coach of the Bulls, Pufudu Dasnaike.
Yes, many thanks, Manali. I do have Pupadu Dasanayaka alongside me, who is at the most brilliant start to this tournament. Firstly, great to see you back in Nepal. It's a part of the world you love.
Yeah, of course. I always enjoy Nepal, and crowd is great, atmosphere is great, and a lot of credit for NPL, like having this tournament. It's great atmosphere.
Tell me about, I suppose, just the evolution of this squad for you, how it's come about, how you've kind of gone about picking your players, the draft process, and the overseas guys too.
Yeah, no, I think we had a good plan even before the draft, and I think we got the few best local players, and from there we worked out for the foreign players. I think right now I'm very happy. We have a very good balanced side. But it's still nothing, you cannot relax at any given time. It's a good start, but tournament is just.
Well, you've just picked up another wicket as well, coach. You're going to throw it upstairs.
This is going to be a big wicket. It's both set batters who are now back in the pavilion. Hiro Milantha, who was supposed to be there to anchor, has just been stumped off a really good delivery.
I can't speak highly enough of this left-arm spinner. Abhishesh Gautam, to me, he's the pick of all the left-arm spinners I've seen. Just because of his ability to spin the ball, he's beaten a good player like Lahiru Milantha in flight. 24 he's made. Lahiru Milantha, it's 99 for 3.
Janakpur Bowls, who were cruising at one moment, are now 99 for 3. It's Jimmy Neesham who walks out to the middle, strike rate of 200. And we know he can hit a long ball. Coming at a crucial time as well. Two new batters out in the middle. We're going to go back down to Andrew Leonard, who's got Pupadu Dasanayake with him.